I'm a strength and conditioning coach. My job is simple: help athletes get stronger, faster, and more physically prepared for their sport. But here's something that might surprise you. Sometimes chasing bigger numbers in the weight room can actually make you a worse athlete. The goal of training isn't to hit a specific squat, bench, or conditioning number. The goal is to perform better on the field, court, mat, or track. And those two things aren't always the same. If improving a weight room number is helping your sport performance, then great. But the moment chasing that number starts hurting your recovery, your skills, or your actual performance, we have a problem. Now, I want to be very clear about something. This video is not saying that lifting numbers don't matter, and it's definitely not an excuse for athletes who don't like lifting to skip the hard work. Strength and conditioning absolutely improves sports performance. See the video in the card linked above for more specifics. The point of this video is balance and context. Numbers matter, but only within the right framework. First, let's look at when they do matter. Most sports have basic physical requirements, general levels of strength, speed, and conditioning. If an athlete is far below those baselines, then yes, chasing numbers can be incredibly beneficial. That is where big improvements happen. A great example is a high school freshman football player. He starts at 150 pounds body weight, squatting 205. By senior year, he's now 205 pounds and squatting 500. Performance has improved drastically, not because 500 is some magic number, but because he went from underdeveloped physically to now appropriately physically developed for his sport. That's the trap though. People assume that if 205 to 500 helped a lot, then 500 to 700 must help just as much. And that's almost never true. If you can't do a pull-up, you're probably not going to make a great pole vaulter. If you're too weak to control your own body, advanced skills don't matter. So early in an athlete's career, numbers are a great guide. They help build that physical base that technical skill can now sit on top of. But once you reach a reasonable physical level for your sport, the importance of chasing numbers drops. Not to zero, but it does drop. You still need to train, show progress, and follow a good strength program. But you don't need to destroy yourself trying to add 10 pounds to your squat every single month. Because now you have to balance strength, speed, conditioning, mobility, sports skill practice, tactical work, and many other factors that go into elite performance. And you only have so much time and energy for recovery. Gym numbers can also be misleading when comparing one athlete to another. Leverages for lifting are not the same as leverages for sports. Take an offensive tackle as an example. Bench press is a great test of upper body strength, and offensive tackles obviously need to be strong. But long arms are an advantage for an offensive tackle and a disadvantage for bench pressing. Let's say you have two linemen, both 6'6", 320 pounds. Player A has a 6'2" wingspan and player B a 7-foot wingspan. Player A might bench 500 and player B 400. But on the field, player B is clearly the better tackle. If player B obsesses over trying to bench 500 just to match player A, he's going to waste a lot of time and energy chasing a number that doesn't actually help him play better. Now, of course, there's a flip side. We also can't let this mindset become an excuse. Bench press doesn't matter for me because I have long arms. That's just laziness dressed up as logic. Baselines still matter. If that same tackle only benched 200 pounds, the wingspan argument really wouldn't save him. You still need to be strong. You just don't need to obsess over being the strongest guy in the gym. And this goes way beyond just limb length. Tendon insertions, body types, movement styles, sport demands, and training history all affect how a gym number is going to impact performance. There is no universal perfect benchmark. At the end of the day, sports performance is about getting better at the sport. The weight room is a tool, a powerful tool, but still just a tool. If you're performing at a high level in your sport, but you're stressed because your lifts just don't look impressive, you need to ask yourself a better question. What actually makes me good at my sport? More muscle and strength might help, but they might also cost time, energy, recovery, and practice quality. And sometimes the cost is just higher than the benefit. This video isn't a simple, do this exact program kind of message. It's a mindset shift. Train to become a better athlete, not have a better spreadsheet. Use numbers as tools, but not as obsessions. If you want more content like this, where we connect real training to real performance, follow the channel. We'll help you build both the physical and mental edge that separates you from the average athlete.